With all the rumors that have been going out lately about the future and the status of Kyrie Irving and how it might impact not only Kevin Durant, but the Nets off season going into the 2022-2023 season, there's been a news report that has come out today from the New York Post's Brian Lewis on the potential future of Kyrie Irving and what might end up happening in this whole situation. What's going on, everybody? This is NYG Jeffy T 3285, and I'm here with a little quick Brooklyn Nets video surrounding the status of Kyrie Irving and his expected return to the Brooklyn Nets, or it could be a potential departure. Now, there was a report that came out a couple of weeks ago about the status of Kyrie Irving and whether or not he might be here, or there's a post that the Nets might be unwilling to sign him long term because of the issues that have been going on the past couple of years with him being unavailable due to the vaccine mandate, as well as injury issues, and that maybe Kyrie might not be 100% dedicated to the NBA as much as many have speculated before. Well, the New York Post, Brian Lewis, has just come out, and he's just come out with an article yesterday saying that the expectation is Kyrie Irving is still expected to remain with the Brooklyn Nets and is expected to also renegotiate and sign a long-term deal with the Nets around the time of when his opt-out is supposed to be coming into play, which is on June 29th, where if he opts out of his current deal, which is about $36.5 million, he would be a free agent going into the offseason. But all sides point to the fact that the Nets are going to try to work out a long-term deal and keep the point guard in Brooklyn for the long-term future along with Kevin Durant, and see if the two of them, as well as a better built surrounding roster, can get back to the championship expectations that the Nets have put together since they signed Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant in the offseason a couple of years ago. Now, what might a Kyrie Irving long-term deal look like? Well, it could come into something similar to what Kevin Durant is making. So, at the same time, it could be around maybe a 4 or 5 year deal, maybe around $200 or so million, could be even more than that. And for Kyrie Irving, there's no doubt the talent is there. This kid, when he is healthy, is one of the most talented players in the NBA, and when his head is on right. But there's been a lot of issues in terms of how he gets along with his teammates. You know, maybe he doesn't have the same love for the NBA as he did once before. And also the fact that he has had some issues with injuries in the past couple of years as well. So, while I do agree that right now the current situation is best to try to find out and work out a long-term deal with Kyrie Irving, because it would be best bet for the Brooklyn Nets, as this is right now a win-now team when you have two superstars that are either entering their age 30 season or entering the mid-30s of their career, when that's where usually when players start to get towards the decline. So, with that being said, do I think that this is the right move to make right now with this current Nets team, that it's best right now to work out the long-term deal, have him opt out of his original clause, rip apart that contract, and sign him to a long-term deal? That way you have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant as your Brooklyn Nets team, as your Brooklyn Nets foundation moving forward. So hopefully everything goes out to play. This is very good news that there possibly is that the Brooklyn Nets are going to be bringing back Kyrie Irving long term, it looks like. Now, I think plans could change from now until June 29th when that opt-out clause comes into play. Maybe some issues come about and maybe they go into a different direction. But right now, as of June 9th, all the signs are pointing towards Kyrie Irving returning to the Brooklyn Nets and being part of this team long term as one of the foundational pieces along with Kevin Durant, as the Nets try to go and look for an NBA championship after faltering the past few seasons when they put this team together. So that's just my quick little update. Brian Lewis of the New York Post has put it out there that the Brooklyn Nets are looking like they're going to be able to negotiate a long-term deal, rip apart the original deal that they had with Kyrie Irving, and sign him long-term, and hopefully that him, Kevin Durant, and going into this offseason they can be able to draft some pieces as well as sign or trade for some key free agents or traded players to help put this Nets team in a position where they can go out there and potentially win an NBA championship and bring that trophy over to Brooklyn. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Tuesday. If you like this video, please hit the like button on the bottom hit the bell for the notifications on when the next Brooklyn Nets or just next video comes out, and subscribe if you haven't already to NYG Jeffy T 3285 for not only some breaking news and updates surrounding the Brooklyn Nets, but as well as the New York Giants, WWE Wrestling, the New York Mets, and include occasionally a little food for thought on some food dishes that I might throw out there that you might have interest and you might like. And leave a comment below on how you feel and what kind of deal you think Kyrie Irving is going to get in the free agent market, and what are your expectations for Kyrie Irving heading to the 2022-2023 NBA season. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Tuesday. Let's go Brooklyn Nets. Hopefully they can make the right moves in the offseason to try to improve this team after a very, very rough 2021-2022 season. They'll be able to draft a couple of players, develop some of the young guys they have on the roster, and get ready for a big bounce-back season, the 2022-2023 season. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. Have a great rest of your day, and let's go Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn